Good morning, students. Welcome to 10th standard science class. Today we are going to learn about optics, unit 2. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to state the laws of refraction, list the properties of light, explain the scattering of light and its various kinds, understand the image formed by concave and convex mirror. Introduction. Light is a form of energy which travels in the form of waves. The path of light is called ray of light and group of these rays are called the beam of light. Any object which gives out light are termed as source of light. Some of the sources emit their own light and they are called as luminous objects. All the stars including the sun are example for luminous object. We all know that we are able to see object with the help of our eyes, but we cannot see any object in a dark room. Why? The answer is we need light to see object. Next, if you make the light from a torch to fall on your eyes, will you be able to see the object? Definitely no. We can see the object only when the light is made to fall on the object and the light reflected from the object is viewed by our eyes. You have studied about the reflection and refraction of light briefly in your previous classes. In this chapter, we shall discuss about the scattering of light, images formed by convex and concave lenses, human eye and optical instrument such as telescope and microscopes. The next topic is properties of light. Light is a form of energy. Light always travels along a straight line. Light does not need any medium for its propagation. It can even travel through vacuum. The speed of light in vacuum of air is C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Light is in the form of waves. It is characterized by a wavelength lambda and a frequency v, which are related by the equation C is equal to v lambda. So here C is equal to velocity of light. Different colored light has different wavelength and frequency. Violet light has the lowest wavelength and red light has the highest wavelength. When light is incident on the interface between two media, it is partially reflected and partially refracted. Next, refraction of light. When a ray of light travels from one transparent medium into another, the path of the light undergoes deviation. This deviation of ray of light is called refraction. Refraction takes place due to the difference in the velocity of light in different media. The velocity of light is more in rarer medium and less in a denser medium. Refraction of light obeys two laws of reflection. First law of refraction, the incident ray, the refractor ray and the normal to the refracting surface all lie in the same plane. Next, second law of refraction. The ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence and the sine of the angle of refraction is equal to the ratio of refractive indices of the two media. This law is also known as Snell's law. So, sin I by sin r is equal to mu 2 by mu 1. Next, the speed of light in a medium is low if the refractive index of the medium is high and vice versa. When light travels from a denser medium into a rarer medium, the refractor ray is bent away from the normal drawn to the interface. When light travels from a rarer medium into a denser medium, the refractor ray is bent towards the normal drawn to the interface. Here, medium 1, rarer medium means lighter, denser medium means hard, like glass, rarer means like air, so weightless weight object, that's all. The next, dispersion of light. We know that sun is the fundamental and natural source of light. If a source of light produces a light of single color, that is white color, it's known as the monochromatic source. On the other hand, a composite source of light produces a white light which contains light of different colors. Sunlight is a composite light which consists of light of various colors or wavelength. Another example for a composite source is a mercury vapor lamp. When a beam of white light or composite light is refracted through any transparent media, such as glass or water, it is split into its component colors. This phenomena is called as dispersion of light. These colors are represented by the acronym VIBGYOR. VIBGYOR means the band of colors is termed as spectrum. The spectrum consists of following colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. These colors are called VIBGYOR. The next topic is scattering of light. When sunlight enters the Earth's atmosphere, the atoms and molecules of different gases present in the atmosphere refract the light in all possible directions. This is called scattering of light. In this phenomena, the beam of light is redirected in all directions when it interacts with a particle of medium. The interacting particle of the medium is called as scatterer. Types of scattering: elastic, inelastic. When a beam of light interacts with a constant particle of the medium, it undergoes many kinds of scattering based on initial and final energy of the light beam. Scattering can be classified as elastic scattering, inelastic scattering. If the energy of the instant beam of light and the scattered beam of light are same, then it is called elastic scattering. If the energy of the instant beam of light and the scattered beam of light are not same, then it is called as inelastic scattering. The nature and size of the scatter results in the different types of scattering. They are Rayleigh scattering. The scattering of sunlight by the atoms or molecules of the gases in the Earth's atmosphere is known as Rayleigh scattering. Scattering law states that the amount of scattering of light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of its wavelength. Amount of scattering, yes, that is surface, outer surfaces or gases. So S means the amount of scattering inversely proportional to 1 by lambda power 4. According to this law, the shorter wavelength colors are scattered much more than longer wavelength colors. When sunlight passes through the atmosphere, the blue color is scattered to greater extent than the red color. This scattering causes the sky to appear in blue color. Okay. Next, the sunrise and sunset. The light rays from the sun have to travel a larger distance in the atmosphere than at noon. Hence, most of the blue lights are scattered away and only the red light, which gets least scattered, reaches. Therefore, the color of the sun is red at sunrise and sunset. Maize scattering. Maize scattering takes place when the diameter of the scatters is similar to or larger than the wavelength of the instant light. It is also an elastic scattering. The amount of scattering is independent of wavelength. My scattering is caused by pollen, dust, smoke, water droplets, and other particles in the lower portion of the atmosphere. My scattering is responsible for the white appearance of the clouds. When the white light falls on the water drop, all the colors are equally scattered, which together form the white light. Tyndall scattering. When a beam of sunlight enters into a dusty room through a window, then its path becomes visible to us. This is because the tiny dust particles present in the air of the room scatter the beam of light. This is an example of Tyndall scattering. The scattering of light rays by the colloidal particles in the colloidal solution is called Tyndall scattering or Tyndall effect. The next, Raman scattering. When a parallel beam of monochromatic light passes through a gas or liquid or transparent solid, a part of light rays are scattered. Monochromatic means single color light. The scattered light contains some additional frequencies other than that of incident frequency. This is called Raman scattering or Raman effect. Raman scattering is defined as the interaction of light ray with the particles of pure liquids or transparent solids which leads to a change in wavelength or frequency. The incident ray frequency are called Raman lines. You will study more about Raman effect in higher classes. The next topic is lenses. A lens is an optically transparent medium bounded by two spherical refracting surfaces or one plane and one spherical surface. Lens is basically classified into two types: convex lens, concave lens. Convex lens or biconvex lens. It is a lens bounded by two spherical surfaces such that it is thicker at the center than at the edges. A beam of light passing through it is converged to point. So, a convex lens is called a converging lens. Concave or biconcave lens. It's a lens bounded by two spherical surfaces such that it is thinner at the center than at the edges. A parallel beam of light passing through it is diverged or spread out. So, a concave lens is also called as diverging lens. So, convex lens is called converging lens. Concave lens is called diverging lens. The other types of lenses. Plano-convex lens. If one of the faces of a biconvex lens is plane, it is known as a plano-convex lens. Second one, plano-concave lens. If one of the faces of biconcave lens is plane, it's known as plano-concave lens. When an object is placed in front of a lens, the light rays from the object fall on the lens. The position, size, and nature of the image formed can be understood only if we know certain basic rules. Rule 1. When a ray of light strikes the convex or concave lens, here both lenses are shown to the figure. At its apical center, it continues to follow its path without any deviation. So, when a ray light strikes, touch on the optical center of the lens, but the ray going other side but without any deviation. Same concept in concave lens. Concave lens. Here also, that when a ray of light strikes or touch the concave lens, it continues to follow its path without any deviation. Next, rule 2. When rays parallel to the principal axis strikes or touch a convex or concave lens, the refractor rays are converged to convex lens or appear to diverge from the principal focus in concave lens. So, roughly, when rays parallel to the principal axis touch convex or concave lens, the refractor rays are converged, they are joined to convex lens and diverge from concave lens through the principal axis. The top line is called ray of light. The center line is called principal axis focus. In the same concept in concave lens also. So the convex lens, converging lens, all the rays are joined at one point. In diverging lens, that is concave lens, so the rays are diverged. The next, rule 3. When a ray passing through convex lens are directed towards concave lens, the principal focus strikes or touch a convex or concave lens, the refracted ray will be parallel to the principal axis. The rays are passing through a directed towards the principal axis. The arrow mark, red color arrow mark mention rays and principal axis. So the ray passing through convex lens, the principal focus strikes a convex lens. The refracted ray will be parallel. Next, then same in concave lens. When a ray passing through concave lens, the ray means refracted ray will be parallel to the principal axis. The ray of light going to parallel to principal axis. The next, refraction through a convex lens. Let us discuss the formation of images by a convex lens when the object is placed at various positions. Object at infinity. When an object is placed at infinity, a real image is formed at the principal focus. The size of the image is much smaller than that of the object. The image is formed in F2. This image is very small in size. Placed beyond C, greater than 2F. 2F க்கு அப்பால் அப்படி சொல்லுவோம். When an object is placed behind the center of curvature beyond C, a real and inverted image is formed between the center of curvature and the principal focus. The size of the image is the same as that of the object. From the figure, AB is object place. AB is object place. We placed there. The reflection after the reflection, the image formed A dash B dash place. That is same image, same size of image, but inverted. But inverted images. We can see inverted image. So that image are both in object placed beyond C. Object placed beyond C. That's all. Object is placed behind the center of curvature. The size of the image is the same as that of the object. That's all. Next, object placed at C. When an object is placed at the center of curvature, A real and inverted image is formed at the other center of curvature. The size of the image is the same as that of the object. Here AB object, but the place mentioned 2f1. Next, after the reflection, the image formed A dash 2f2, A dash 2f2, that place, but real image, but inverted image. The next object placed between F and C, focal length, focus and curvature, center of curvature. When an object is placed in between the center of curvature and principal focus, a real and inverted image is formed behind the center of curvature. The size of the image is bigger than that of the object. Okay. Here, if we place the object in C, F and C, between F and C. After the reflection, the image formed other side, but very long object, image and inverted image. Very long image and inverted image. So this place is mentioned A dash B dash. That place is A dash B dash. The next, object placed at the principal focus F. When an object is placed at the focus, a real image is formed at infinity. The size of the image is much larger than that of that object. So here we place the object in A, B. That is place is F1, but object is AB. After the reflection, we can't see any image. We can't see any image. The lines are going to parallel. The lines are going to parallel. So the size of the image is much larger than that of the object. So we can't see. Next, object placed between the principal focus F and optical center O. When an object is placed in between principal focus and optical center, a virtual image is formed. The size of the image is larger than that of the object. Here, A dash B dash. AB is image. The image object is small. The AB object is small. But after the reflection, the image formed A dash B dash, but it is very bigger than the object. Very bigger than the object. Straight image formed, but very large than object. The last topic is applications of convex lens. Convex lenses are used as camera lenses. They are used as magnifying lenses. They are used in making microscope, telescope and slide projectors. They are used to correct the defect of vision called hypermetropia. That's all. Okay students, today topic is over. Today's homework. Answer briefly. What is refractive index? State Snell's law. Draw a ray diagram to show the image formed by a convex lens when the object is placed between F and 2F. Define dispersion of light. Next, state Rayleigh's law of scattering. Next one, differentiate convex lens and concave lens. Students, repeatedly watch the video and learn the lesson properly. Read and understand the question and answers. And then write the answers 3 times in your classwork note. After writing, send me the answers to my WhatsApp number. Thank you students. God bless you.